Hi everyone, welcome to our video on the best lessons from The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. In this book, Brown shares her insights and research on the power of vulnerability and the importance of embracing imperfection. Let's dive in. Lesson 1. Cultivate self-compassion. One of the main messages in Brown's book is the importance of cultivating self-compassion. We often hold ourselves to impossibly high standards and beat ourselves up when we fall short. Brown encourages us to be kinder to ourselves and treat ourselves as we would treat a good friend. For example, if you make a mistake at work, instead of berating yourself, try saying, "It's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. What can I learn from this?" Lesson 2. Embrace your imperfections. Another key lesson from The Gifts of Imperfection is that we need to embrace our imperfections. It's tempting to try to be perfect in all areas of our lives, but this is impossible and ultimately unfulfilling. Brown encourages us to recognize that imperfection is part of what makes us human and that by embracing our flaws, we can find greater happiness and fulfillment. For example, instead of feeling ashamed of your quirky sense of humor, celebrate it as a unique part of who you are. Lesson 3. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is another important theme in Brown's book. She argues that by cultivating a sense of gratitude for what we have, we can become more resilient and better able to handle life's challenges. One way to practice gratitude is to keep a gratitude journal, where you write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. For example, you might be grateful for a sunny day, a delicious meal, or a kind word from a friend. Lesson 4. Let go of perfectionism. Finally, Brown encourages us to let go of perfectionism. Perfectionism can be a destructive force in our lives, leading us to constantly strive for unattainable ideals and causing us to feel unworthy or inadequate. Instead, Brown encourages us to focus on progress, not perfection, and to recognize that mistakes and setbacks are an inevitable part of the journey. For example, instead of beating yourself up for not getting everything done on your to-do list, recognize that you did your best and celebrate the things you did accomplish. Lesson 5. Cultivate authenticity. Brown encourages us to cultivate authenticity, which means being true to ourselves and living in alignment with our values, even if it means going against the norm or risking rejection. Authenticity requires vulnerability and the willingness to show up as we are, without pretense or facade. For example, if you're feeling sad, instead of putting on a happy face, allow yourself to feel and express your emotions authentically. Lesson 6. Establish boundaries. Another important lesson from Brown's book is the need to establish boundaries. Boundaries help us protect our time, energy, and emotional well-being by setting limits on what we're willing to tolerate from others. Establishing and enforcing boundaries can be uncomfortable, but it's an essential component of self-care. For example, if a friend consistently crosses a boundary by showing up uninvited, kindly but firmly let them know that you need them to respect your boundaries. Lesson 7. Cultivate joy. Brown argues that cultivating joy is essential to living a wholehearted life. Joy is different from happiness in that it's not dependent on external circumstances or achievements. Rather, joy is a feeling of inner contentment and gratitude that comes from within. Brown suggests making time for activities that bring you joy, whether that's spending time with loved ones, engaging in a creative pursuit, or simply taking a walk in nature. Lesson 8. Practice self-care. Finally, Brown emphasizes the importance of practicing self-care. Self-care means taking intentional steps to nourish your physical, emotional, and mental health. This might include getting enough sleep, eating nutritious foods, engaging in regular exercise, seeking out social support, and taking time for relaxation and rejuvenation. For example, you might make a commitment to prioritize self-care by setting aside time each week for a relaxing activity, like a bubble bath or a meditation practice. And those are some additional lessons from The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. We hope you found these insights helpful and that they inspire you to cultivate authenticity, establish boundaries, cultivate joy, and practice self-care. Thanks for watching.